It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
What's up, yo? Welcome back to another video. I'm Maddie That's in the building, and today, oh my god, if you guys are anything like me, for Christmas, y'all love to watch horror movies. Yes, straight
what did you say, nigga?
horror movies. Just watching horror compilations. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna be watching horror compilations for Christmas. That's probably the weirdest thing ever. I know it's weird. I'm a weird motherfucker, but let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm only gonna be watching like 2 stories tops. 2 stories. It's too long. Can't be watching the whole thing. 2 stories tops.
This story happened to me a couple years ago. It happened on a Saturday night. I was typing out a school report for my English class and was pretty worn out from the tedious amount of thinking that transpired throughout the paper.
Yo, this is gonna be scary as fuck. Y'all better like and subscribe, because I do not like these fucking animated films, bro. I don't like these. And yo, the Omega ones are fucking horrifying, bro, because I go on that shit all the time. Enough pauses.
Decided to take a break and procrastinate a little bit, maybe watch a couple of YouTube videos. I needed to take some stress off my mind, but didn't really have anyone to vent or talk to. This gave me the idea to visit a chat room called Omegle. For those of you who don't know what Omegle is, it's a chat room where you can literally video chat with random strangers online through your computer webcam. Needless to say, Omegle definitely helped with my social skills growing up as a child, so I was always active on it. I remember this one particular night. I was having trouble meeting new people. This left me a little frustrated, to say the least, but that's the kind of thing to expect when you're on these kind of chat sites. That's when I stumbled upon this one guy.
Okay, let's just go ahead and say, if you're on Omegle and it's nighttime, that's the dumbest time to be on. Yo, stay on there on daytime. Like wherever daytime is for you, stay on Omegle on daytime. Don't be on that shit on nighttime. That shit gonna be weird. It's especially on Halloween. Niggas gonna do something stupid. Niggas gonna do something weird. This is gonna be a horror. I don't want to watch this. It's gonna fuck me up. It's just 1 minute in. I'm already scared.
He looked to be around the same age group as myself and seemed like a pretty harmless individual. I decided to say hi. He didn't say anything back. He just typed the word hi in the chat box. I found it kind of weird that he would go through the effort of typing out hi as opposed to just saying hi verbally. He then waved at me and began typing something else. He introduced himself in the chat box saying, "My name is Daniel, what's your name?" I verbally said, "My name is James, how are you?" He then stares at the camera and doesn't say a word to me, completely dismissing the fact that I just asked him a question. At this point, I was convinced that this had to be some sort of pre-recorded video and that someone was just trolling me. That's when he began typing in the chat box again saying, "I'm deaf, please type in the chat box unless you know sign language." I honestly felt stupid and immediately typed, "No worries, my name is James," and gave a quick thumbs up as an act of kind gesture. He immediately typed back saying, "Nice to meet you, James," and gave me a thumbs up as well. He then typed something else that left me dumbfounded. He said, "I will use my whiteboard to chat with you going forward, because my hands will be occupied." I was confused by what he meant by that, so I typed, "What do you mean by your hands being occupied?" He then starts writing on a whiteboard and raises it up on the screen, which read, "Want to play a game?" I typed, "Sure, what game?"
Oh, hell no. No. Unless you're talking about fucking Among Us. Because I played Among Us with random people on Omega before. It's fun. But, nigga, that's weird. Yo, it's already starting off the... It's only 1 minute in. 2 minutes in, bro.
You want to play? What he did next is something I will never forget to this day. He held a revolver up with one hand and the whiteboard up with the other hand saying, "Let's play Russian roulette." I was honestly quite creeped out by this guy and was contemplating on clicking the stop option to skip this weirdo. That's when he wrote another message on the whiteboard saying, "1 of 6. I was confused by what 1 of 6 meant. He then took the revolver, slipped one bullet inside the cylinder, and began...
You niggas dumb. 1 of 6 means 1 bullet out of 6 slots. Turn around, Russian roulette. That's Russian roulette. It's a stupid ass game, but you know, it's I don't know. It's just fucking ridiculous.
And spinning it with his other hand. I now knew what he meant by 1 of 6. It seemed like the guy was about to demonstrate an act of Russian roulette with 1 bullet in the cylinder of 6. He then puts the revolver against his head. I began typing. "What are you doing? Please stop this." The guy then smiles disturbingly on the camera and pulls the trigger. Nothing happened. He starts laughing hysterically like a psycho. I was honestly disturbed, but also skeptical that the gun was real, so I typed, "Is that even real?" He then points the revolver at the wall and begins to repeatedly press the trigger until the shot was fired. I was completely blown away by what I was seeing and typed, "Dude, you could have died!" That's when the guy raised the whiteboard to the screen again, showing the message, 5 of 6. I frantically started typing, "Don't do it," repeatedly in the chat box, desperately trying to get his attention. He then began loading the revolver with 5 bullets while I gestured no by waving my hands back and forth like a lunatic.
At this point, I would have left. No, like the moment he said I'm deaf, I'm sorry, but the moment he said I'm deaf, I would have been gone. The moment he said I'm sorry, I'm deaf, I would have been gone. I would have been bye. I would have been gone. This is black people. You know, like we know when to dip, we know when to go. We don't stick around. We know when to go.
I knew the odds of him surviving this time were slim to none. He then raises the revolver against his head once again and begins to disturbingly smile, with tears running down his face. He began mumbling the words, "It was nice meeting you, James." I immediately slammed my laptop shut as I hear a gunshot a split second before the laptop was fully closed. I was left baffled on my computer desk. I hadn't a clue what to do. I stupidly opened my laptop up with my eyes closed. I pressed my hand against the screen where the video chat was located. I opened my eyes, and through the cracks of my fingers, I can see blood displayed everywhere on the screen. I immediately clicked the exit button on the Google Chrome tab and called it a night. To this day, I'm still skeptical about what I saw that night. I haven't reported anything to the police, nor have I reported anything to Omegle. I'm not sure if that was the wisest decision, but I hope I never encounter anyone like that again.
How the fuck does YouTube let these niggas just post shit like that? Jesus Christ. Okay, that's story 1. First, I said I would do only 2 stories. That's story 1. Next will be story 2. Let's get into story 2.
It was New Year's Day in 1995. I was in the middle of my junior year at my college, and a bunch of my friends had come down to visit me and my roommate for the festivities. We were all pretty hungover from drinking the night before, and we went out for the usual post-greasy breakfast hangover stroll around the neighborhood. 2 of these friends were twin brothers. One of them we hung out with all the time. The other we just met for the first time. It was pretty normal the night before, joining in on the fun, but on this day, we were all hanging out around the local basketball court, shooting hoops with an old basketball we found in the grass. And this twin brother kept following me around all over the place with the creepiest grin I've ever seen in my life, staring right into the nether regions of my soul the whole time. So I back away and then I joined the group again, and he kept following me around. When we were walking back to the apartment, it was just me and him walking down the sidewalk behind the group, and he moved in front of me. He stared at me with that creepy look again and fell down to his knees as if he was to worship me or something. I didn't know what to do or say, so I said, "Hey buddy, you alright? We're heading back now, right?" And so on.
Alright, y'all. Let me just go ahead and say this. By the way this man sounds that is telling this story, he sounds like an African American male. And if I know anything about African Americans, because I'm not African, I'm from Nigeria. African Americans know when the fuck to dip. You feel me? So if a nigga is just automatically got in front of you, I'm sorry, but I would have sped walked back to my friends. I would have been with them the whole time. I would have been, yo, don't bring your twin brother ever again. That nigga is a psychopath. He wants to kill me. I know I might lose a couple friends, but I know not. I even as a Nigerian, I know when the fuck to dip. I know when to dip. I do. This nigga doesn't know. He was obviously raised by white people. What the fuck?
He wouldn't say anything. He'd just be there on his knees, looking up at me with this clenched face and squinted eyes as if we were looking directly into the sun or something. Later that day, my roommate said he was tripping, so I thought nothing of it and moved on with my life. A few weeks later, we got a phone call from the twin brother that we usually hung out with. And it turned out that his other twin brother went over to his aunt's house with a knife and stabbed her 14 times. She didn't die, but still pretty bad. He had even called the police before going, because he knew he was going to do it, but he couldn't stop himself from doing it, because the voices and so on. The court case was covered in the media, as this was a small community where this sort of thing doesn't happen every day. I was reading one of the articles, and one of the testimonies was that this twin brother was severely schizophrenic and was hearing voices in his head. He believed to his very bones that his aunt was the devil, and that he had been commanded by God to go kill her. So who was this God that told him to go kill her? Well, as the newspaper article described, it was this guy in a group he hung out with on New Year's Day. Didn't take me long to realize that he was talking about me. This was over 20 years ago. I know for a fact that it was a mental illness, but just knowing that I somehow commanded him to go kill his aunt just stays with me to this day.
Alright, bro, that is it for this video. If you like this, go ahead and like, subscribe. Do I like this shit? I will be doing more of these. I'm making another video today, probably. I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, these stories taught me that. These stories taught me it's easily avoidable, to just get away from situations that are at all horror. They taught me that easily. Just leave, and you will have to, deal with. Like the first one, right when I heard this motherfucker was death, I'm like, bye bye, I'm gone. We don't have to be. I don't know you. Second one, you could have just stayed the fuck away from him. Like, stay with the fucking group, stay with the friend group. It was easy, but I don't think these videos, these stories are real in the slightest. That's just too creepy for it to be true. But yeah, if you like the video, go ahead and like, subscribe, do that good shit, and I'll see y'all sexy motherfuckers in the next one. Peace.